Rosie, you can see I've got plenty of greens on the deck here. You like that, don't you?
Certainly do.
Lots of herbs as well and some fantastic mushrooms. I'm amazed at the amount of mushrooms you can get in your regular supermarket. I've got shiitakes, king browns, oyster mushrooms and a few others there, but I'm going to get them cooking in the pan in a couple of seconds, but I need to get you started, Rosie. I've got a little bowl over there and I've got some really nice Thai chili jam. I want a couple of tablespoons in there, thin it down with some soy sauce, and then with the microplane, some ginger and garlic in there.
Easy.
This is the kind of dressing or the sauce that's going to bind it all together. I'm going to get some onions, nice and thinly sliced red onions that are, you know, like a julienne. It smells great, doesn't it?
Oh, it smells really good. Love it.
With this type of dish, the trick is to have everything ready to go. So once you start, you just keep going, you know, because you want it to happen nice and quickly.
Prep is key, right?
Exactly. We call it in the kitchen mise en place, which is everything in its place. So once you've got everything in its place and sliced and diced and chopped and tickled and whatever else you want to do, then it's really fast to put it together. Onions, garlic, ginger. These are king brown mushrooms and they're fantastic. The thing I like about mushrooms is, especially for vegetarians, it's almost like they're meat, isn't it?
Their texture is very much like that, yeah.
OK, so this won't exactly be like a T-bone steak, but it'll come fairly close. It'll be like maybe a piece of chicken or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shiitake mushrooms are fantastic. I like them when they're fresh like this. I think you get a great flavour from them. But if you're cooking a lot of Chinese cuisine, often they will use dried shiitakes, and you can buy them in different grades. And the trick with that, of course, is to soak them overnight or for at least a couple of hours, and then they sort of puff up again and
rehydrate.
Exactly, exactly. And you can keep them in the fridge for a couple of days if you want. They're nice and easy to store. Now, some enoki mushrooms, oyster mushrooms are all there ready to go.
This is going to have some kick to it, this one, isn't it?
It's going to have a bit of kick. And in fact, if you can put a bit more soy sauce in there, probably about another 2-3 tablespoons, just to thin it out. Pan is red hot. And this is a little trick that I like to do. When I know that pan's really hot, if I put oil in there straight away, it'll start to smoke. So I just get the temperature right and throw everything in. You can hear a little bit of sizzle going on, and this will come together fairly quickly.
Veggies first.
Exactly. I'll throw the veggies straight in there like that. Now, I'll throw some oil in there, and you'll really start to see it come together. But because I've got stuff in there already, all my ingredients, it won't burn. It'll just start to fry nice and hot, which is exactly what you want. Now, Rosie, in front of you, you've got those noodles, rice noodles. Pull them out onto the bench, and I want you to pull them apart, because when you buy these noodles, they're always sort of sticky, and one of the things...
Little bit, yeah.
Exactly. One of the mistakes people make is they actually boil them. They're not to boil. The trick with these is to pop them straight into the pan, a little bit of dressing or sauce, and they rehydrate, and they become nice and tasty. A little flip like that, Rosie, and it's a good time now to pop a little bit of salt on top of it. Salt loves mushrooms, mushrooms love salt, and so does just about everything I put in my fry pan. Look at that, twisted pepper. Keeping in mind we are adding some sauces, some salty sauces, so not too much salty stuff in there to start with. Spring onions, and look at this. You can start with the white part of it. I chop it quite coarsely, and as I move down to the green part, I chop it a little bit finer. These will go all the way through it. And this is one of my favourite things, Rosie. Garlic chives. Oh, my goodness. They give it such a great flavour. You smell them as I cut them?
Yeah.
They just smell beautiful. Look at this. This stir-fry is happening nicely. And because I've got a lot of heat in there, Rosie, see how I'm getting all this golden colour? Yeah. You know, it's sort of a little bit crisp and golden, and that's what you want. And if you want with the mushrooms, they sometimes absorb that oil. So at this stage here, you can add a little bit more oil to it. And you can see as I add the oil, it starts to fry again and get going. The thing with this is just toss it round, or if you want to do it analogue style, you can always stir it with a wooden spoon. But I reckon it looks so much better when I toss it, doesn't it?
It does.
Here we go, a nice big pan like this. Now, the mushrooms are starting to wilt down. I don't want to overcook them, so in go the green veggies. Snow peas go in there. Sugar snaps, and I know you love these.
I love them.
The spring onions go in there as well. Beautiful. I've got some coriander, Rosie. If you can give it a little bit of a...
You've got it.
You like that?
Technical term. You learned that in France, did you?
Exactly. It's a nice, quick chop, chop, chop. And this is one of the things I love. Snow pea tendrils. Easy to buy now, and I know they're packed full of nutrition.
They really are.
And lots of green stuff in there.
You've got so much goodness happening here.
It's good, and I just toss it around. And just like you before, you don't want to cook it too much. You don't want to lose the flavour and the nutrition. The idea is to keep it nice and green, but have that crunch as well. So at this stage, because there's so much in there, we'll toss it around just a little bit with a spoon, and you can see that oil is coating it beautifully, can't you?
Lovely.
In goes the coriander. In goes the noodles. I'll just grab a little bit of these noodles here, pop them on top there. We don't want to overload it too much. And as everything heats up and warms up together, we'll just toss it a couple more times and then pop the dressing on top of it so it cooks in there and that sauce will go all the way through it. I can't wait to get into this, Rosie. Sounds great, doesn't it?
Sounds and smells great.
You can tell there's a lot of chili in here. It's going to be really, really hot. But it's amazing with these noodles. They do soften up really, really quickly. And into the plates. Look at that. Lots of greens in there, lots of mushies in there, lots and lots of chili, which gives it a great flavour. And mushrooms and everything else in there. It's really healthy and green, isn't it?
It's a good-looking dish.
Exactly. And if you want, you can put some prawns in here, you can put some chicken in here. But it's just great like that. And if I was coming round to your house, Rosie, I reckon I'd get this with some tofu in it, wouldn't I?
You would 100%.
Deep fried shallot over the top there. You know when it's deep fried, it's going to be tasty. There we go. Oh, you've got the whole bowl here and you went for exactly what I was going for.
I knew I wanted this.
The snap peas, sugar snaps.
Adrian, that's delicious. I could have that during the week, anytime. That's absolutely beautiful. I love it.
It's got great flavour, slightly sweet with that chilli jam. It really gives it a sweetness and chilli and spice. It's fantastic.
I'm adding this to my repertoire. It's lovely.
Delicious.